FNAF's sister location is the middle child of the FNAF games, with people either loving it or hating it. After coming off the confusing FNAF 4 and FNAF World, it had some shoes to fill, and in my opinion, it's a good game for the franchise. So let's dive into it. Now, the gameplay of sister location differed from night to night. With the first night, you were just crawling through vents and checking on the animatronics and baby before leaving. The next night gets interesting, with the power being shut off and baby interacting with you after you're hiding in the crawl space to get away from these baby kind of animatronics. After getting away from these baby animatronics, you have to turn on the power manually. In an actual good segment, we actually have to make sure Funtime Freddy is staying in place because you have to use sound cues, kind of like FNAF 3 in a way. But the thing is that he's like in the room with you, and he keeps constantly changing positions, so it's unpredictable like when he will attack or if he will at all. It's honestly a good part of the game. After you beat the night, and the third night, you get an Easter egg if you go into the crawl space from night 2.
Did you know that I was on stage once? It wasn't for very long, only one day. What a wonderful day, though. I was in a small room with balloons and a few tables. No one sat at the tables, though, but children would run in and out. Some were afraid of me, others enjoyed my songs. Music was always coming from somewhere else. Down a hall. I would always count the children. I'm not sure why. I was always acutely aware of how many there were in the room with me. 2, then 3, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 2, then none. They usually played together in groups of 2 or 3. I was covered in glitter. I smelled like birthday cake. There were 2. Then 3, then 5, then 4. I can do something special. Did you know that? I can make ice cream. Although I only did it once. There were 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Something happened when there was 1. A little girl standing by herself. I was no longer myself. And I stopped singing. My stomach opened, and there was ice cream. I couldn't move, at least, not until she stepped closer. There was screaming for a moment, but only for a moment. Then other children rushed in again, but they couldn't hear her over the sounds of their own excitement. I still hear her sometimes. Why did that happen?
I will get into the lore in a minute, but anyways, this night sees you with a flash beacon, kinda like last night but attempting to get to point A to point B. You fix Funtime Freddy, then you get jump scared, but it was supposed to happen, which leads into night 4, which baby kidnapped you and put you into a suit. With you being in a springlock suit, with Ballora being destroyed, with you having to wind up the springlocks to avoid dying, with the security guards finding you, which leads into night 5, the final night. This is honestly the most interesting night. You're just doing basic maintenance on baby, and then after you do it, you get tricked by baby to go into the scooper, in which it's revealed that all the animatronics turn into innard, and a one animatronic. Basically, all of their consciousness is combined into one person. And they start using the main character as kind of like a meat puppet to escape from being stuck down there. And then the game ends. The lore from this game kind of goes through the dialogue, as the intro tells you a bit about it.
Achieved on a technical level. These are clearly state-of-the-art. There are just certain design choices that were made for these robots that we don't fully understand. We were hoping that you could shed some light on those.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She can take song requests. She can even dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
The story is the purple guy infamous murder uses the animatronics and equips them with a claw inside of them to kill kids for him. His daughter doesn't listen to him when he says not to go near them. But anyways, Baby kills his daughter and then she now possesses Baby, with Purple Guy putting them underground with the other characters. We play as Michael Afton, his son, in which they confuse him for a Purple Guy. And in this game, there's a fake ending. After you beat the minigame, you go into a different office in which it's revealed that Purple Guy put a bunch of cameras into his kid's house and his bedroom. This is an Easter egg to FNAF 4. And after it's kind of like FNAF 1 in a way, where you have to avoid animatronics, but the only one you're dealing with is Innard, since he's the only one left. After this ending, you get the ending where you get exotic butters, but Innard still comes in at the end.
You need to hang up that computer call. Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
Both endings are technically the bad ending. Now, Custom Nights actually shows Mike's decaying body as he's slowly turning purple.
Hey, so look, bro, I'm in the crib bored, nigga, and I don't know why, but this cutscene from one of the Five Nights at Freddy games popped in my head, bro. This is the purple guy's son, right? This the purple guy's son. And he got entered inside of him, dog. And this is just so funny to me because this scene's so funny. Look, he walking down the street. All his neighbors outside waving to his ass. What's up, Mike? What's up, Michael? Hey, nigga, you going to work? Oh, it's lit. You feel me? Look, the next day, right? He's still looking smooth. He like, all right, you feel me? About to go do my shit. You know what I'm saying? He crib walking out the crib. You feel me? He hitting them C's on that motherfucker. Them niggas was like, yo, my nigga Mike. Big Mike, hey, you feel me? Then look, the next day, right? The next day, he looks a little green. And my nigga, the first nigga on the block, like, wait a minute. The first nigga on the block, like, wait a minute. Everybody else, like, okay, he look a little fucked up. But I mean, you know, he probably just a little sick. He might got the flu or something, you know what I mean? Next day, right? Next day, look. This nigga come out the crib even greener. My man's is like, nah, that other nigga had a point. You see, my man didn't even come outside. The first nigga that peeped, he was like, wait a minute, no, this nigga not right. I ain't coming out there to say hi to that nigga today. You see? And then look at this nigga, he's like, wait a minute, the green shirt nigga's got a point. Look, next day, oh my god. This nigga is even more fucked up. You see, half the block is still in the crib. Half the block is still in their house, bro. All the niggas that came outside, like, wait a minute, bro. This nigga, I think he got the Rona or something. He needs to get his ass in the crib. Look, next day. This nigga full purple, nigga. My man's so scared, he behind the crib. He in the backyard looking over like, damn.
After he vomited out, Baby keeps saying he won't die.
You won't die. You won't die. You won't die. You won't die. You won't die. You won't die. You won't die. You won't die. You won't die. You won't die.
And in the final custom night, we get this cutscene.
It's me, Michael. I did it. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you. And I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's free now. But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
Now, a lot of people don't seem to be a fan of this game, but honestly, for me, I liked it. I liked it for the fact that it did something new every night. But overall, I enjoyed Sister Location. I think it is a good game.
Hey, how's it going? I've actually got something for you. This is the bread that you asked me to get, and you can now go make me a sandwich.